Good evening and welcome to the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Eric Olson along with you as we are in Millville at Ridgeline High School, where tonight the Riverhawks will be playing host to the Morgan Trojans as we kick off the 2025-26 school year and season. Ridgeline finishing last year 12-1, and if there's a way that you can be disappointed with 12-1, it's the way Ridgeline finished. They lost in the last minute in the semis to Spanish Fork last year. Spanish Fork went on to lose a nail-biter, a classic game to Crimson Cliffs in the title game. It was a game where, or it was a season where Ridgeline did everything right. They put up points like crazy, 40, almost 41 points per game, the number 2 scoring offense in 4A, and their defense only gave up 11 points per game. Then they get to that semifinal game and they lose in that shocker, and they've had the better part of a year to chew on that. One of the things in sports that's nice is there's always another game. In football, hey, in a week you've got another game to wash the taste out of your mouth if you've had a bad game. But this time, no such luck, as they had to wait as they end their season with a loss. As we get ready for the season opener here in Millville, it's two number 1 teams, preseason number 1s, Ridgeline, the 4A preseason number 1, and Morgan, the 3A preseason number 1. Morgan, the defending 3A state champions. They've won 2 out of the last 3 state championships in 3A, and Coach Barlow knows what he's doing up there in Morgan. He's just got a team that reloads every year, putting up a lot of points last year and not giving up very many on their way to a state title. Ridgeline did the same thing, averaging 41 points a game and only giving up 11, and then they end the season in the semifinals with a shocking loss to Spanish Fork. They've had a whole year to chew on that, and now they get a chance to wipe that taste out of their mouth on our first Game of the Week on the Valley Channel for the 2025-26 season. It's really a big matchup, and we're excited to have it for you here on the Valley Channel. With Ridgeline, you know, you may say, well, it's high school. A lot of those kids graduate. It was sad for them, and they had to end their careers on that kind of loss. Well, Ridgeline's returning all sorts of ball players. 8 starters on offense, 9 starters on defense, all coming back for the Riverhawks. So it's no surprise that they're the preseason number 1. On the other side of the ledger, you have Morgan, who's only returning 7 starters altogether, 4 on offense, 3 on defense, losing their quarterback and linemen, and, well, losing a lot of people. They get back an all-state offensive lineman in Ledger Keel and an all-state defensive back in Jake Hansen, who finished the season last year with 4 interceptions and 50 tackles for Morgan. But they get 3 O-line back and 1 wide receiver back, so they've been able to reload. We'll see if they can reload here against Ridgeline. Travis Cox in his 6th year, 52-11, average record for him, 10-1. And you look down the Morgan roster, Jared Barlow, this is his 6th year. He's 51-11, 2 titles. Same as Coach Cox, except Coach Cox only has that 1 title. Ridgeline 75-34 all time. One of those guys back is Nate Daly. He's been making this team go as the quarterback since he was a freshman. 60% career passer, 8,324 yards, 73 touchdowns, 27 interceptions over his career. A good year last year, 2,989 yards, 29 touchdowns, only 5 picks, and 63%. But that wasn't his biggest year yardage-wise. His sophomore year, he had just over 3,000, and his top target comes back Graham Livingston. Over 3,200 yards career receiving. That's 83 per game on average. 28 touchdowns. 15 of those came last year for Livingston. 1,635 of those yards came last year. Averaged 125 yards per game. He's a BYU commit. Easton Hammond back on the offensive line for Ridgeline, a Utah State commit. Crew Jones, the guy that everybody talks about. He's got the SEC schools and schools all over the country looking at him. The national anthem started, so we'll step aside for that. national anthem here at Ridgeline High School in Millville. Ridgeline and part of the new revamped Region 11. Mountain Crest, Bear River, Skyview, Green Canyon, Stansbury, Deseret Peak, Tooele, and Ridgeline all in Region 11. Logan drops down to 3A. They'll be in the 3A North along with Morgan. And here come the Riverhawks. 8 offensive starters. We talked about Daly and Livingston, Jones, Cook, receivers back. So Jeremy Livingston, their OC, has a lot to work with. Barrett, Hammond, Knighton, and May. 4/5, 80% of that offensive line return. On defense, starters on all three levels. The entire defensive line, 3 linebackers, 3 defensive backs back for defensive coordinator Jake Pitcher to work with. And we talk about Crew Jones, number 40. He's only a junior. Again, he's narrowed his school choices down to 12 different schools. BYU, the only in-state school on that list. Tennessee on that list. Oklahoma on that list, I believe. Stanford. Just a few of the schools that are on his list, and they will move him around a lot defensively. Instead of just playing him in one spot, he'll move all over the place, so they're going to have to game plan. Morgan is, and all the teams that play Ridgeline are going to have to game plan for big number 40 as they bring the captains out for the coin toss. I had a chance to talk with Coach Cox earlier this week, and he had a lot to say about this team. He talked about having a lot back, lost a running back, lost a tackle. JT White's a big loss in that backfield. He said, but a lot of our main guys are back, and complacency will be our biggest enemy, said Coach Cox. Tons of experience, but we haven't done anything. We've won a couple of region titles, I guess, he said, but they haven't been able to finish. He said that's something the coaching staff can really use to keep the team's attention. He said this year we want to play with a lot of urgency. Last year, he said, you know, one thing they're doing to play more with more urgency and to keep them a little sharper is they're doing in practice. They're doing a lot more ones versus ones rather than having a scout squad, or as they used to call it back in the old days, the meat squad out there. They're having ones go against ones and iron sharpening iron to try to keep guys sharp, keep their attention. Because you get deep into the playoffs and you run into some really good teams, and that's what happened to them last year. They're excited to get back and get that taste out of their mouth. Ridgeline is going to receive. They'll be heading north to south. As far as Morgan goes, they reload every year. According to Coach Cox, he said watching them, he said they're just confident and competent. He said it shows up in their play calling. There's no fear. They're very aggressive. They fly around defensively. He said, you know, we got to stop the run. It always starts with stopping the run. We got to play our game and make them react to us, adjust where needed. That's what Ridgeline will do, try to do tonight against defending 3A state champ Morgan. Morgan last year averaged almost 47 points per game and only gave up 6. So this is a test for both teams. Livingston and Cook back deep for Ridgeline.
Back to receive for Ridgeline. Number 11, Graham Livingston, and number 13, Brady Cook. Kicking off for Morgan, number 99.
Morgan in their traveling whites. Ridgeline in those home blues.
Number 98, Thomas Hicks.
Thomas Hicks, 98. Be kicking off. He's not on the roster that we have. Met with Coach Barlow out on the field before the game, talked about some of his players, and there were a few numbers wrong on that roster. It's first game for everybody. Cook's going to take it into the end zone, and Ridgeline will get the ball first.
Ridgeline takes over on their own 20-yard line.
Again, 8 starters back offensively. They moved Easton Hammond outside to a right tackle. So his
Starting quarterback
spot
for
in there will be
Hawks
the
is
only
number 8,
new,
Nate Daly.
the only newbie. Cooper Wilson, Cade Barrett, Tayson Knighton, Kyler May, and Easton Hammond on the offensive line. 2 receivers to this side, 1 to the far side, and Daly's going to put it upstairs. He goes to Livingston. Livingston, if he gets any room, he's going to be hard to catch. Good job by Morgan to limit that one to a 17-yard grab.
Ridgeline gets enough for a first down.
Coach Cox telling us, you know, we've got 2 good tight ends in Jones and Knighton. Sometimes we can go 2 tight ends and really smash that ball up in there. Right now they're going with 3 receivers. Jones, your tight end, to the near side. They're going to send Livingston in motion. Low snap. Daly's going to keep it. This is something they want to do this year. He loses the football. He picked up 7, but they're going to give him 5 because the ball
by number 40, Crew Jones.
scooted backwards. Jones was Crew on the spot. 5 yards for Daly.
To go for the Riverhawks.
That was a low snap, but that's designed. They want Daly to run the ball a little bit more this year. Want to make him more of a dual threat. 2nd and 5. It's going to be West in the backfield. Turn and hand it to West. West hauled down right at the line of scrimmage.
He's brought down by number 12.
No gain. Chase Allen with the tackle for Morgan. That brings up the first 3rd down of the evening for Ridgeline.
3rd and 5.
3rd down and 5.
From their own 43-yard line.
Morgan, 7 in the box. Jones in motion, back the other way. Daly fakes, looks, sets his feet, has Livingston. First down. 13 yards. As Daly put it down in the hole, Livingston came up with it. Livingston found an opening, sat down. Daly put it down there where no one else could get to it but his receiver. Livingston, such a good route runner, but he's got more speed than people give him credit for. 2 tight ends, one of them is Jones. He goes in motion. Livingston lined up behind the other. Here's a give to West. West puts his shoulder down and picks up 8.
2nd and 10, Jake Hansen.
So he's bottled up for no gain on his first carry, and he gets 8 on his second. And you see that 2 tight end look with Knighton and Jones. They're both lined up on this near side. And West, the running back. 2nd and 2. Here comes Livingston. Pop it to him. Turns the corner with some blocking. First down and more as he's inside the 30-yard line.
Another Ridgeline first down.
9 yards for Livingston. So Ridgeline methodically working their way down the field. They took the opening kickoff. They've had it now for 3.5 minutes. And they're on the Morgan 27-yard line. The Trojans looking to try to keep them off the board. Hand it to West again. West taken down for a loss of a yard.
He's hit in the backfield by Noah Berkland.
Berkland with the tackle.
And Todd Stambridge.
Remember, we talked to Coach Cox, and he said they are very aggressive, and they fly around defensively. They did that time. They just pinned their ears back and came after him. If they continue to just tee off like that, see if Ridgeline throws some sort of screen at him. Livingston, Cook, Knighton to this near side. Livingston's going to go in motion. West in the backfield. Here comes some pressure. Daly gets his shoulders around, looking to the end zone, picked off. Was he in bounds? I don't know. No. Nice grab, nice pick, but he comes down out of bounds. And it's going to be 3rd down at 11.
Pass intended for Hunter Knighton.
For Ridgeline. Daly was on the run, late pressure. He got his shoulders around, but he couldn't get his feet under him. And a nice job by the safety to undercut that one and take it away. Knighton comes off. 5 wide receivers. See if pressure comes from Morgan. They're going to send 4. Daly has his receiver near the 1st down marker. Close enough that if he doesn't get it, they're going to go for it. It's going to be 11 yards, and it's going to be short. Lishman. It's going to be 4th and a yard.
For the Riverhawks.
Ridgeline taking their time. They've taken 4.5, just over 4.5 minutes off this first quarter clock with this drive. It's 4th down and 1. At the Morgan 17.5. See if Daly just keeps it. They're going to turn and hand it. Give it to Jones. Biggest kid out there. Picks up 5 and a 1st down.
Brought down around the 10-yard line, but number 4 picks up another Ridgeline. 1st down.
So the drive continues for Ridgeline. Jones comes out and Knighton back on. Daly goes to the sideline for the play, brings it back to the huddle. And Morgan's made a couple of plays, but they haven't been able to get off the field on this drive that it's now more than 5 minutes. Daly has a man underneath, looks up top, everybody's covered, nice job. Now somebody coming open late, touchdown Ridgeline. Lishman is working his way across and then broke outside, came open late, mirrored his quarterback, and Daly found him for the 14-yard touchdown throw. They were dragging Livingston underneath, and Livingston was getting a lot of attention. A couple of defenders went with him. And Lishman was one-on-one to the outside. Point after attempt is good. 6:38 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Ridgeline over Morgan. Hey, we want to give a big thanks to KSM Music right here in downtown Logan, offering instruments, accessories, in-house lessons at the Sound Factory, and it's a community that hits all the right notes. My father-in-law is he's a great guitarist. He's got all these guitars, and I'm trying to help him sell some and trying to find out, you know, what kind he's got, what they're worth and everything, and KSM helped me out with that. They were a lot of help down there. KSM Music, one of our Game of the Week sponsors. Ridgeline 80-yard touchdown drive capped off by the 14-yard touchdown pass from Daly to Owens. Owen Lishman, pardon me. This kick's going to be fielded at the 10. Popping outside is Hansen. And he goes down at the 24, and that's where the Morgan offense will take over. 13-0 last year, 3A state champion, 47 points per game. And their preseason schedule is ridiculous. They've got Skyview, they've got Ridgeline, they've got Provo. They've got a tough preseason schedule. Park City, Bountiful. But they're not worried about any of that. They're worried tonight right here about Ridgeline. Little toss outside and a lot of running room for the running back. He's spinning his way out to the 40-yard line. That's Peterson.
Number 17, Brody Peterson gets the handoff.
16 yards. Off tackle to the right side. And Morgan back to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. They're going to put it in the air, and this one sails wide of the intended target. Randall just a little bit wide.
Pass is incomplete. Second and 10 for the Trojans.
Brings up 2nd and 10 for Morgan. Quick hit out to the edge. Is that going to be good enough for a first down? It looks like it. Out there to Mortensen.
With the carry. Interception. He'll get enough for a Trojan first down at the 50-yard line.
Mortensen gets 10 yards.
Number 17.
Ridgeline that way was ready for Peterson. No gain.
Met by a host of Riverhawks, led by number 40, Crew Jones, and Matt Alice.
Second and 10. Ridgeline looks like maybe a little confused up front. They're bringing 4. Little quick hit to the edge to Mortensen. He picks up 7. It's 3rd and short.
Number 4, Jeff Woodland. Brings up 3rd and 4 for the Trojans.
And now the officials are blowing it dead. Not sure why. They're going to restart the play clock. Morgan says, let's go. Talking to Thurston, number 4 on this side is Bruce Allen.
And quarterback for the Trojans, number 2.
Now he backs out of there.
Look him in the backfield, number 16, George Thurston.
Cade Randall, your quarterback. And Ridgeline, coming after it. And the first penalty of the game against the Ridgeline defense.
Offsides, called on the defense. Automatic first down.
So Cade Randall gets the defense offsides, gets the first down via penalty. Randall's set to throw. Breaks the pocket, being chased. He's got running room. Turns it up the field, and Knighton runs him out of bounds finally. After a pickup
number 0,
of about 5.
Hunter Knighton. He'll pick up 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 for the Trojans in Ridgeline territory.
Thurston and AC to this side. Leonelli jumps off the field. Peterson, the lone running back, behind Randall. They're going to send Thurston in motion. They're going to give it to Peterson. Peterson trying to get out of the backfield. He does not get away.
Peterson takes the field. Picked up by number 10, Cooper Clark.
A loss of 3, and Clark takes him down.
Perkins.
So now it's 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 for the Trojans.
4:40 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Ridgeline. They've scored on their first possession. Morgan on the move, and down goes Randall. Clark coming on a late blitz.
Number 2, sacked by number 10, Cooper Clark.
And he puts Randall down for a loss of 8.
For the Trojans. 4th and long.
Clark was playing spy,
Number 13, Brady
but
Cook back to his
or if they were playing some games up front, but all of a sudden a big hole opened up and he was almost like a running back. Clark coming through that hole, and he got into Randall before Randall could do anything about it. Just no chance for Cade Randall. Ridgeline with a 7-0 lead. They get the ball back with 3:50 to play in the first quarter as Morgan's drive stalls out. Again, Morgan reloading this year. They don't rebuild, they reload up there in Morgan. But they've got 7 new starters offensively and 8 defensively. We'll see if it takes them a minute coming out of the gates. Dally has 3 receivers to the near side, 1 far side. Watch what those safeties do. If they roll to that trip side, then you know you got one-on-one to that far side, but they're gonna run it. Putting his foot in the ground and turning and gaining a good 7 yards is Perry.
With the carry.
His first carry.
He'll pick up 7 yards on the play. Correction, number 28, Hudson Perry.
Leishman to the near side. Perry stays in the backfield. But that may be Fia 30. Let's see. That's Fia. Quick hit underneath. First down and a little bit more. 8 yards to Cook.
Number 27, Jake Hansen.
6 for 6, 63 yards and a touchdown for Dally here in this first quarter. 3 minutes to go. And Ridgeline leading by a touchdown, 7-0. Cook splits to this side, Livingston comes with him. Jones on the sideline, so Nightinger tight end. That's the second time that Dally's had trouble with the snap.
Hey, Dally recovers the low
Big
snap.
loss on first down at 12 yards.
They lose 12 on the play.
Second and 22. Jones comes back in and Knighton will hit the sideline. In that first drive, Dally had a snap that was down around his feet. He picked it up and ran with it, gained 5 yards. That time he had to chase it. Tried to pick it up and run, and the defense was right there to take him down. Cook goes in motion. Running underneath, down to the middle is Livingston. I think he took his eye off that one. He could feel that safety as he was working his way to the middle.
Livingston will bring a 3rd and long.
And coming over to lay the wood was Jake Hansen, all-state returner. And I think Livingston probably took a peek at him, and that's the first incomplete pass for Dally. 3rd and long for the Riverhawks. 1:43 to play in the first period, 7-0 Ridgeline. Here at Ridgeline. Morgan, the defending state 3A champs. Ridgeline 4A preseason #1. Morgan showing blitz. They're bringing one right up the middle. Dally gets out. Now he heads the other way. See if he can pick up a block or 2. He does. He wants his receivers to go downfield. They were coming back to him. And he wanted them to go deep.
Up and long scramble, passes incomplete.
And he just threw it over everybody's head.
From to the sideline.
And he's talking to one of his linemen, Dally, about something. That play looked a lot like the one where Randall got sacked for Morgan. The defensive front opened a hole, and then that linebacker came through it untouched right up the middle.
Number 27, Jake Hansen.
A nice job by the Morgan defense, and Ridgeline will have to punt.
In the kick. For the Riverhawks, number 26, Joshua West.
West, your punter, back at his own 10-yard line. Gets rid of it. It's going to go out of bounds about the 46, 47-yard line. So good field position for Morgan, trailing 7-0 with 90 seconds left on the first quarter clock. Morgan getting their second offensive possession. Ridgeline scored on their first, and a bad snap that went 12 yards past the quarterback doomed Ridgeline's last possession. Randall in the backfield, turn and hand off. Nothing there for Joseph Belinsky.
Joseph Belinsky takes the handoff. He's met behind the line of scrimmage by number 56, Jonathan Grohl. Happened for a 1-yard loss. Second and 11.
They're going to say lost a yard, so it's 2nd and 11 for Morgan. 4-man front, coming after Randall. He scoots out of trouble, dives forward
Number 2
for a gain of 5.
Scramble.
3 carries, 2 yards for Randall. Of course, he had that 8-yard, took that 8-yard sack, and it's 3rd and 7.
For the Trojans.
Under 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. In Ridgeline territory, here comes everybody up. Playing press on the outside. Randall's going after it, and he throws it well behind and over his head. They knew they had that one-on-one coverage to the outside. Randall put it out there,
4th and 7 for the
but Mortensen had no chance on it. It was way too tall and behind him. And it'll be 4th and 7, 28 ticks on the first quarter clock. Randall 2 of 4 for 17 yards here in the early going. And Ridgeline needs a timeout.
Timeout called by Ridgeline. Ridgeline's first timeout.
See if they come after this punt. 7-0, 28 seconds to play in the first quarter. Ridgeline on top on the game of the week. Hey, thanks to Custom Fence. They help bring you this game and every game of the week. And they help keep our community safe, secure, and stylish with tailored fence systems for homes, farms, businesses, and more. No job too big or too small for Custom Fence. You know, as we talk about our sponsors throughout the night, if you happen to peruse or you go to one of those businesses, or you know one of the owners or managers, make sure you let them know. Thanks for sponsoring high school sports here on the Valley Channel.
Number 98 back to punt.
Get the kick off, and that's a good punt. That's still rolling down near the 5-yard line, and that's where they finally kill it. They're going to put it at the 6. So Ridgeline with their back against the wall. 1st and 10, their 3rd possession of this first half. Mountain Crest is at East tonight. Bear River's at Cedar City. Skyview at Salem Hills. Green Canyon at Provo. Skylines at Stansbury. Box Elder is at the brand new high school Deseret Peak. It's out in the Tooele Valley. Tooele's at Layton. And in 3A action, Hillcrest is at Logan, just up the road. We'll be seeing Logan in week 2 against Granger. Coach Nate Butts trying to get that program going. West has to hustle out out of the short game clock. They have to hurry to get it off, and they kick it out there for a decent first down gain. And Knight.
Number 11, Graham Livingston with the reception.
That was number 0, Knighton, 6 yards.
Play, 2nd and 5 for the Riverhawks.
His first grab of the game. He went out of bounds, so the clock stops with 8 seconds to play in the first period. Ridgeline again is going to have to hurry up. They're getting to the line of scrimmage and the play clock's down under 5. And Coach Cox is going to have to take another timeout. He and his offensive coordinator talk about it a little bit. 7-0 with 8 seconds to play in the first quarter. Ridgeline on top, 2nd and 5 coming up. Hey, if you're looking for halftime fuel, Wendy's in Logan serves up fresh, never frozen burgers, meal deals like the Biggie Bag, which is a sandwich plus nugs, fries, and drinks, and breakfast sandwiches early morning or late night. Are you kidding me? They're the best. And you can have them at night? Come on. And the best part is, well, there's lots of best parts about it. They're not just feeding the fans, they're backing our local teams every game. That's Wendy's of Logan, Game of the Week sponsor. Second and a long 4 as we come back to action. Dowley's thrown 1 touchdown pass. Cook goes in motion. They fake the sweep, give it to West. I believe that was West. He's near the first down marker before he's swallowed up by a bunch of white jerseys, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. 7-0 Ridgeline. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Riverhawks, deep in their own territory when we come back. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Real hearing help? Well, then Dr. Paul Dane should be your go-to. In practice since 2012 with a doctorate in audiology and top honors like Scholar and ACE Awards from AAA and the ASHA. I mean, he's got more letters than the alphabet, Dr. Danes does. Professional care you can trust is at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Don't miss out. Enjoy life again at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. I mentioned we'll see Logan next week as they host Granger. Then we'll see Logan again as they're at Mountain Crest playing, even though they're 3A, Mountain Crest is going to play them. And that'll be on the 29th. September 5th, Cedar at Logan. And then we see Skyview at Mountain Crest on the 12th of September. Green Canyon at Skyview. Ridgeline at Skyview. Take a little break that first week of October, then Green Canyon at Ridgeline. Mountain Crest at Green Canyon to end up the regular season and then the playoffs. It's a long way away as we just get things started. 90 plus degrees today when we start, and by the time we wrap it up, it'll be cold. Dowley on 3rd and 1 is going to keep it. Here's one of those designed runs, and he picks up 9 yards on 3rd and 1. Again, that's something that that's a new wrinkle that they're trying to incorporate. They being Ridgeline. Just got a text. We're being watched live in Holly Pond, Alabama. Right now, Randy out there doing what we do. I don't know. I think his game's starting next week. He keeps me all up to date on what's going on in the beautiful south of the United States of America. First down, pitch and catch. Cook picks up 13. 2 catches, 21 yards for Cook. 8 of 9, 82 yards and a touchdown for Dowley as this drive keeps going. Cook picks up 4 on this one. It's just a little quick hit outside to him.
Initially taken down by number 27, Jake Hansen.
Ridgeline's done a lot of stuff, kind of intermediate and short. Haven't really gone up top for that home run. Here they are short again, trying that little screen to Livingston if they can get him loose. And that's a big if, because Morgan was right there to sniff it out. No gain for Livingston. That's going to bring up third down. Three catches, 30 yards for Livingston. Lishman had the touchdown.
3rd and 6 for the Riverhawks.
Livingston's going to see plenty of coverage rolled his way all season long. He saw it last year too. Didn't stop him from having over 1,600 yards receiving. Third down for Ridgeline. 3 receivers to the near side. Morgan's going to send 4. Dally unloads to the middle. It's Livingston. Livingston in the seam, picking up first down yardage.
He's picked up by Noah
14 yards and a first down.
Up for Ridgeline. First down.
Nine of 10, 100 yards and a touchdown for Dally. Another methodical drive. Their first one was like that. It was a Thanos drive, inevitable. See what Morgan can dial up defensively. Here's football on the ground again for Dally. He's had trouble with a couple of snaps, and finally he just eats it.
Hey, Dally receives the...
And he eats it after he loses 10 yards.
Backfield by number 44, Todd Stambridge.
So that's going to be 2nd and 20.
2nd and 24.
That happened on the last drive for Ridgeline, and it killed it. It killed the drive. A loss of 12 on first down and a bad snap. That's the third one that's been right down at his ankles, but that one Dally had his hands on, and he just kind of dropped it. I know he wants it a little bit higher, obviously. It screws up the timing of the whole play if he has to go down and get it. And that snap, perfect. Dally loading up, going up top. Double deuces out there, and he can't haul it in. A lot of contact, no flag.
Pass is deep, intended for Owen Lishman.
As Lishman
Incomplete.
had it hit him right in the numbers, but he couldn't haul it in.
Brings up a Ridgeline. 3rd down.
The Boo Birds are out in Millville. Home crowd doesn't like that one. There was a lot of contact. By the same token, that pass hit Lishman right in the chest. I'm sure he'd love to have that one back. And you got to be able to fight through that contact. 3rd and 20. Here comes some late pressure. Reaching out for it, coming up with it is Fia. He works hard to gain 3 yards. 4th down right at midfield. Nice job by Morgan. So that's 2 straight drives. The Ridgeline's gotten themselves in a hole because of problems with the snap. And then Morgan defensively, it changes the calculus a little bit. They're able to be a little bit more aggressive when it's a long situation like that. West puts his toe into that one, looking for the corner. Goes past Hansen, he touches it, has to pick it up. Has some room down the far sideline.
Number 27, Jake Hansen picks up the ball.
And he made chicken salad out of chicken stuff as he gets out to about the 19-yard line. Let's see where they set him. Yeah, the 19-yard line. He picked it up inside the 5. So Morgan still trailing 7-0. These are 2 schools, 2 offenses that between them last year averaged nearly 100 points a game. 47 for Morgan and 41 for Ridgeline, and it's 7-0. Midway through this second quarter.
Owen Gilson takes the handoff, brought down by number 5, Owen Sholey. Hunter Sholey.
That's a nice run there on first down.
Comes up 2nd down, 2nd and 4.
Morgan needs to be careful. They were moving on the snap. Those Those backs are getting that
Number
lean.
1, Jake Hurd takes the handoff. He's brought down by number 6, Landon Perkins.
Hurd gets the carry. 3 yards and a first down is Morgan. Playing a little more smash mouth ball, and now an official blowing things dead, coming over to pick up a towel off the ground. Clark tosses it out to him. 7-0 Ridgeline, under 7 minutes to play here in this first half. Here's the pitch, nowhere to go for the back as he's brought down for a loss of 4. That looked like Belinsky. Leonelli's out there as well.
Brought down by Colin Richards.
Hurd, Mortensen, Thurston all to this side. One receiver to the far side. Here comes some pressure. They're going to run a screen. And there's room, a lot of room on that far sideline. On his feet and out of bounds near midfield. But it was a flag back at the 29-yard line. Let's see what the laundry's about.
Braxton Perry takes him out of bounds.
That's a 24-yard gain. And they're going to pick up the flag. Perfect call. And it's a first down and 24 yards.
Trojans first and 10 on the 50-yard line.
Biggest play of the night for Morgan. Hand off to Thurston, turns it up inside, gains a couple. That's the sixth different player to carry the ball for Morgan. Jones comes off. Ridgeline wasn't ready on that snap. Going up top. A lot of contact, and it doesn't matter because the ball's caught.
Number 17, Brody Peterson with the reception. There's a flag on the play.
39 yards. First and goal. And the locals don't like that one. Because they saw a very similar play on Ridgeline's last possession and no flag came out. First and goal, Morgan from the 9-yard line. Under 6 minutes to play in the first half. The Trojans looking to tie it up. Here's the jet sweep. To the pylon, touchdown, Morgan. Thurston outruns everybody.
Makes his way in for the touchdown.
Multiple plays on that drive. Ridgeline was all out of sorts and discombobulated defensively. They had guys coming in on substitutions late, weren't set when the ball was snapped. Well, they got a lot to talk about on the sideline defensively after that. And Morgan took advantage. You cannot give a team like Morgan any sort of opening. The equalizer, knuckles up and through. 7-all with 5:37 to play in the first half. You're watching the game of the week on the Valley Channel. Ready to get your green thumb growing? Head to Anderson Seed and Garden on Historic Center Street, Logan's premier home and garden center, offering everything from bulk veggie and flower seeds to soils, tools, fertilizers, and a whole lot more. They've been helping local gardeners and novices and experts alike for over 80 years. Yeah, the garden season's coming to an end, but there's all sorts of things you can do to get ready for next year. They can help you down at Anderson Seed and Garden, the Game of the Week sponsor. Well, the key play on that possession was the 24-yard grab, or excuse me, 39-yard grab by Peterson. And that set up the goal-to-go situation. And now we start over, tied at 7. Ridgeline on their last 2 offensive possessions has been their own worst enemy. This one, a high, short kick. Cook waits for it, picks it up finally. He stops short of the 20. That's a great special teams play right there. Just booting it high and short. Cook was a little late to come up to get it. It was so high that by the time he did, the coverage is on top of him.
He stopped at the 20-yard line.
And they're gonna give him the 20. Thought he was a little short of it, so a fortuitous spot for Ridgeline. See if their offense can get it going again. Their first drive was machine-like. Their second, they had problem with the snap early, and their third was well on the way to Morgan territory, and then again another bad snap and a big loss. Daly stepping up, has room to run if he wants. Now he's going to tuck it and run. First down and more, steps out of bounds across the 35, across the 40, and he picks up 23.
First and 10, Riverhawks.
5 carries, 15 yards for Daly. Of course, he's taken a couple of sacks. Plenty of time left in this first half, 5:25, and the clock stopped as Daly stepped out of bounds. West behind him. Here comes Cook in motion. Give it to West up the middle after they show the motion across, and West picks up a yard. Crosby West with 8 yards on 4 carries.
Second down. Number 8 on the tackle for the Trojans.
62 yards rushing for Ridgeline in this first half. 103 through the air. We're in a 7-7 ball game, 2nd and 9. Extra guys up, and then they drop them back. Does Morgan. Shore tackling out on the edge. It's going to set up 3rd and 4 as Livingston picks up about 5.
3rd and 4 for the Riverhawks on their own 49-yard line.
Three for 5 on 3rd downs for Ridgeline. 1 for 1 on 4th down. Knighton, Livingston, Cook. Your receivers to this near side, 2 to the far side. 3-man rush over the middle, and it's tipped, nearly picked off, and then dropped. Cook trying to sell it, but it hit the ground first. So now what does Ridgeline do at their own 49-yard line? I don't know if Daly saw that linebacker. He was just kind of drifting there and kind of drifting back and drifting back. That was Noah Birkland, number 85. He just about picked it off. Neither team has turned the ball over yet. 4th and 5. Morgan showing pressure. Livingston in motion. They're going to fake the give and run right up the middle. That's a choice, and it pays off. 9-yard run by Daly. Daly gets thrown down at the end of the play. The sideline wants a penalty, but they don't get it. Fairly penalty-free game. Ridgeline has had 1 accepted penalty, an offsides penalty, They had a pass interference called against him, but the catch was made, so that one was declined. Morgan yet to be penalized. 3:40 to play in the first half. Daly fakes the give, going out to the edge to Livingston, trying to find him some room. Morgan's doing a good job of keeping him buttoned up.
Graham Livingston with the reception.
I'll tell you what, watching Morgan, one of the things that I'm seeing is a very good tackling team.
Second and 8 for the Riverhawks.
They do not miss tackles. Livingston, six catches, 51 yards. They're playing two deep safeties up over the top is Morgan. And Ridgeline really hasn't taken any shots deep. They've gone with some intermediate stuff, but here's the give to West, and everybody meeting West at the line of scrimmage. I mean, there was nothing there for Crosby West. A loss of 2.
He goes up middle. Stop behind the line of scrimmage. Todd Stanbury.
Morgan's defense just pinning their ears back and coming after that. Again, Coach Cox said they're very aggressive defensively. They take chances. Ridgeline hasn't been able to make them pay yet. 3-by-1, the 3 to this side. Jones is your tight end closest to the line of scrimmage on this side. They go to Livingston. Livingston's got the first down. He just sat down.
Graham Livingston with the reception.
Picks up 12 on third down.
On the tackle. Livingston picks up a first down for the Riverhawks. First and 10.
Livingston 7 catches, 63 yards. Again, there's that intermediate. That's the area that's been there, right? Ridgeline is, if they're taking what they've been giving them, that's kind of the area with those 2 deep safeties that they've been given. And Livingston a couple of times has found that opening, and then Daly has found him. Give it to West. West into the secondary before he's walloped, but he picks up 10 yards and a first down.
He gets tripped up by Luke Bowerly.
Bowerly with the tackle.
Ridgeline. First down.
Now Ridgeline deep in Morgan territory. Their best drive since their opening drive. Clock runs with 1:20 to play in this
Ridgeline takes over on the
first half.
Trojan 19-yard line.
Knighton and Cook to this near side. Livingston is the far side, and West in the backfield. Morgan showing blitz. They give it off to West, and the blitzer brought him down. It was Birkeland. He's had a good first half. 4-yard loss for West. There was an opening there for West if Birkeland misses, but if ifs and buts were fruits and nuts, something, have a big meal, I don't know. Second and long. This is what's killed Riverhawk drives, when they've lost big yardage on first down and then had to get into that second and long. He's got a wheel route if he wants it. He doesn't want it. Comes back the other way. He's got Jones. Jones is back to the original line of scrimmage plus a yard. So about 6 yards for Crew Jones.
And Jace Nye.
Jones with his first catch of the night.
3rd and 9 for the Riverhawks.
And with 18 seconds to play in the half, on 3rd and 9, Travis Cox takes a timeout. It's their last one. So we'd imagine you're going to see something to the sideline or to the end zone with 18 seconds left and no timeouts. Ridgeline, of course, they had a great field goal kicker the last few years. Breaking in a new one this year, I believe one of the guys that graduated was their field goal kicker. At the half, we'll look for some other scores for you in Region 11 play. Everybody in action in Region 11. But this one, I think the marquee game. A defending state champ against the preseason #1. I believe Morgan's preseason #1 as well. 3rd and 9. Here comes the pressure. High throw. Knighton just about comes up with it in the end zone, and Daly was walloped. I mean, he stood in there right until the last second. I thought they were going to get to him. Dave Caressa and the line coaches will have a little bit to say at halftime as well about making a few adjustments up front. They got 4 of their 5 linemen back. They're not going to go for a field goal. It's 4th and 9. Maybe see if they can get somebody off sides. Here comes the heat. Underneath is Livingston. Livingston looking for the end zone. He found it. On 4th and 9. 19 yards and a score. Six seconds to play in the half. Ridgeline gets into the end zone on 4th and 9. 3 for 3 on 4th downs in this first half. PAT blocked. So a touchdown and a PAT would put Morgan back on top, but for now, Ridgeline is on top, 13-7. 6 seconds to play in the first half on the game of the week. The Old Grist Mill, one of the sponsors that helps bring you high school sports. Next time you're in there, thank them for helping put these games on the air and online. Remember when bread was made naturally? Well, at Old Grist Mill, they bring back that tradition. Fresh, milled, high-protein wheat gives it a rich flavor. They'll give you a free slice if you come on in. It's hot, too, and you can taste the difference. Proudly serving Cache Valley, and since the beginning right here. Now they're over in Brigham City and all around. Old Grist Mill is Logan's home for quality bread and more. The Old Grist Mill, a Game of the Week sponsor. So Ridgeline on 4th and 9 gets into the end zone. That was a gamble, because if Livingston had been tripped up or came down short of the goal line, I don't know if they would have been able to get up to the line of scrimmage and get it killed at the 1-yard line. Look out! Some room off the far side, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Hanson with a nice return. It's going to be 13-7 as we head to the locker room. Ridgeline leads defending 3A champion Morgan by 6.
Big round of applause for your national champion, Ridgeline Cheer Team. Game day captains are Emily Foran and Sydney Nelson. Now let's have another big round of applause for your Ridgeline Ariettes. Big round of applause for your defending region champion, Ariettes. On behalf of Ridgeline High School Athletics, we'd like to thank Intermountain Sports Medicine and athletic trainers Noah Outman and Nate Burnett for covering all the sports medicine needs for your Ridgeline athletes. scores of interest here. Right now, Green Canyon is down 14-0 to Provo. Logan's ahead 33-7 versus Hillcrest. Mountain Crest is up 11-0 versus East. And Skyview and Salem Hills are all tied up at 13.
Back at Millville, Ridgeline High School. Eric Olson along with you on the Game of the Week of the Valley Channel. Ridgeline leads 13-7 as the clock ticks down towards the start of the second half. Other scores in Region 11, Mountain Crest leads East 11-0. They had a safety in the first quarter. They're at East, leading East 11-0. Not sure if Troy Bolton's playing in that game or not. Cedar City leads Bear River 23-7. That game near halftime, if not there already. These are the latest scores we had anyway. In the second quarter, Provo leading Green Canyon 14-0. Skyview and Salem Hills all tied up late in the second quarter at 14. Stansbury leading Skyline in the second quarter 20-14. Layton leads Tooele 20-7. Box Elder before halftime leading Deseret Peak 50-0. The growing pains of a brand new school. And then checking really quickly on 3A Logan, they were hosting Hillcrest tonight. I believe I heard they were winning 27-7. I'd actually heard that was now 33-7, and near halftime Logan leading in that ball game. So all sorts of action in Region 11. Remember, Region 11 is different this year. It used to just be the Valley teams and Bear River. Well, now it's Tooele, Deseret Peak, Stansbury. So you got plenty of other schools, and Logan drops down to 3A. In the first half, Morgan had 32 yards on the ground, 80 through the air, 112 total yards. Their biggest play, that 39-yard toss. As Joe Walsh brings us back to the second half. Should have known. Sounds like a Joe Walsh guitar, doesn't it? And Morgan had tied it up at 7, and then with under 10 seconds left in the first half, Ridgeline scored on 4th and 9, 19 yards from Daly to Livingston for the touchdown. Ridgeline rushed for 60 yards, passed for 147, so 207 total yards. Daly was 11 of 15 for 147 yards. In fact, let me total that again real quick. Behind on that one. He was 19 of 16 for 147 yards. Livingston is top receiver, 8 catches, 82 yards of the touchdown. Lishman at the 14-yard touchdown. He and Cook both with 25 yards receiving. Daly, your leading rusher with 24. He had a 23-yard carry. He got sacked a couple of times, so he's 24 yards. West 7 for 12. Livingston 1 for 9. Jones 1 for 5, Perry 1 for 7, Fia 1 for 3 for Morgan. Randall 4 of 6 for 80 yards. Your leading rusher, Peterson, had 3 for 13. Thurston had the touchdown and 2 rushes for 11 yards. Ridgeline with 1 sack of Randall, and Morgan with 2 sacks of Daly. I feel like both teams are probably talking about missed opportunities in at halftime. Ridgeline had 2 possessions where bad snaps ended up on the ground, ended up with big losses because of it, and put him into like second and long position, second and 20 plus type of things. Morgan played a clean half. No penalties against Morgan in that first half, and there were a few plays that kind of opened up for them that they just didn't fully capitalize on, and so I think both teams are probably talking about missed opportunities. But if you're Morgan coming in here with all the kids that graduated from a championship team and you're playing 4A's preseason number 1 to within 6 points at the half, you got to feel pretty good. And Morgan will get the ball to start the second half. See what kind of adjustments both of these teams make here at halftime. Ridgeline was 5 of 8. 4 of 8 on third down. He punted once. 3 for 3 on fourth down. Morgan was 1 for 3 on third down. They got that 1 first down off a penalty. So again, it's the first game back. Things kind of take a little bit of time to get back going. Ridgeline, you'd think it wouldn't take as long because they have so many kids back, but it's still, they've been going against each other for a long time, both these teams. I'm sure they're glad to start hitting somebody else wearing a different color. One thing we've been watching is Daly and how he's running the ball here in this first half. Coach Cox telling me they wanted to try to get him to run the ball a little bit more. They've been pretty judicious, and when they've had him do it, they're just trying to add that wrinkle to this offense. That's not something that he's done in the past. They haven't really run an RPO type look. He's been more of a pure passer. There have been a couple of times in this first half where they've gotten him loose on a designed run. In the past, a lot of his yardage would have come on maybe a scramble or nothing's open downfield. And again, the way Morgan looks like they're defending with those 2 deep safeties, they're making Ridgeline go down the field, right? They're trying not to give up the big play and trying to make Ridgeline make a mistake. Okay, fine, you have a 10 or 12 play drive, but you're going to make a mistake in there. And on 2 of those drives, Ridgeline made mistakes that cost them. Beautiful evening here in Millville. There's a little cool breeze blowing out of the northwest. Cool is subjective.
Back receiving for Morgan, number 17, Brody Peterson, and number 20.
It's been a nice warm summer. That means, you know, if the breeze is 80 degrees, that's a cool breeze when you get into August. This kick's gonna hop and be picked up at about the 10. Hansen takes it up across the 15 to the 16. Again, an all-state returner.
He's taken down by Jackson Zollinger.
Zollinger brings him down. When I say all-state returner, I mean returning for his senior year. He's a defensive back. He picked off Daly early in this ball game, but he came down out of bounds. All right, let's see what Morgan does to start this second half. Touchdown and an extra point puts the Trojans on top. But they're 75 yards away from even talking about that. And their first run goes nowhere. Right back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 16,
Leonelli
Linoli.
With no gain.
Canyon Leonelli takes the handoff. He gets stopped by a whole host of Riverhawks at the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, Morgan.
Morgan quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Randall steps up. Jones is there, and Randall just gets rid of it. That is a heck of a battle that we're watching out there between Jones and that left tackle for Morgan. Riker Hales, he is a big kid, 73. And he's holding his own against a very highly recruited Crew Jones. Now they're going to move Jones over to the other side. 3rd and 10. Randall sees some problem coming at him. No problem for Mortensen. He runs past the defense and into the end zone. Touchdown. Flag back at the 30-yard line. And the offensive line is not running down the field. Morgan has not been flagged in this ball game yet. If this is on the Trojans, what a terrible time for their first piece of laundry. Ineligible man downfield when the lineman got downfield. Mortensen was so far behind the defense, and he just stretched out and hauled it in and cruised into the end zone. 74 yards, but it comes back. And it'll be 3rd down and 15. What a huge break for Ridgeline, and one of those plays that makes you pull your hair out if you're Morgan. They set that one up perfectly.
5-yard penalties, still 3rd down.
So now it's 3rd and 15. After doing all that run, and I think Mortensen might be on the sideline. I don't see him out there on this play. Randall being chased. He's got a lot of running room. Now he's going to unload downfield. A lot of contact. There's the flag. Same thing we saw in the first half in that second quarter. The receiver just went downfield and basically turned and blocked out like a basketball play. Randall lofted up for him. The corner tried to play through the man, and when you try to play through a guy like that, you're usually going to get a flag.
Penalty called on the defense.
So that was 3rd and 15. It's a 15-yard penalty, so that should be a 1st down. And you could hear some of the Ridgeline fans below us grousing about that because they felt like there was the same call that Morgan didn't get called for in that first half, and it's twice now they feel like
Automatic 1st down, 1st and 10.
that they haven't gotten that call. 1st down on 3rd and 15. And if you're Ridgeline, it could be worse. It could, you could be down 14-13 after giving up the touchdown. Cutting back the other way and getting something from nothing is Thurston. Thurston with a 5-yard gain. You can see how this Trojan offense averaged 47 points a game last year. They can be explosive. Ridgeline only giving up 11 points a game. Trojans only giving up 6 points a game last year. So this is one of those immovable objects and irresistible force type of games. Oh, what a grab. What a grab as Randall finds Thurston downfield. That thing bounced, but I think it bounced off Thurston.
Pass is complete. Number 4, George Thurston.
Another big play, 19 yards.
Handoff goes to number 16, Cooper Allen. Cone Richardson landed
Leonelli
on the tackle. He'll pick up 5 on the
with
play.
5.
2nd and 5 for the Trojans.
Ridgeline again was out of position defensively, and the ball was snapped while guys were moving around. And there's Leonelli with another big run.
Canyon Leonelli. He picked up enough for Morgan. 1st down.
13 yards.
1st and 10.
And Morgan just taking it to Ridgeline on this opening series.
Number 4, George Thurston gets the handoff.
Thurston with a pickup of 6.
Hunter Knight make the tackle. That'll bring up 2nd down for the Trojans.
Randall hit as he throws into coverage. Grab, touchdown, Thurston. What a grab by George Thurston.
Number 4,
Morgan telling Ridgeline, hey, we might be 3A, but we're going to punch you right in your mouth. You going to play or not? Yards and a touchdown, and the go-ahead PAT coming up.
Morgan scores a touchdown, back to attempt the PAT.
Kicks up. Kicks good. Morgan with the lead, 9:18 to play. Here in this third quarter, Ridgeline will have the ball when we come back. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Whether you're growing a patch of rainbow carrots or tackling lawn care, Anderson Seed and Garden is your go-to, offering certified organic seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, tools, and plenty of old-school charm in their historic storefront. It's worth the visit to Anderson Seed and Garden, a Game of the Week sponsor. Now preseason number 1 finding themselves down by a point to the defending 3A state champions. Morgan actually scored twice on that drive. They had a touchdown taken back on a penalty, and they still went ahead and scored.
Number 11, Graham Livingston, and number 13, Brady Cook.
The wind will be a little bit behind the Trojans. See if this one gets to the end zone.
Number 98, Thomas.
The opening kickoff went well into the end zone.
The kickoff for the Trojans.
This one's going to be high and get to the end zone, and Livingston had to step one step into the end zone, and he wanted a return. Now it's Ridgeline's turn offensively. Morgan came out and ran that ball. 36 yards. Well, let's see. Got a 19-yard and a 16-yard reception on that last drive. Rolling this way, nothing underneath, so Daly's going to keep it. Picks up a block, steps out of bounds at about the 31, 32-yard line, a gain of 12 for Daly. So he had kind of levels his guy nearest to him, Knighton. They had good coverage on him.
First and 10, Ridgeline.
Well, he didn't even hesitate. He just tucked it in and ran. Knighton turned and blocked, and a good pickup on first down. Livingston to far side, Cook to this near side. Give it to Fiafia. Fiafia into the linebackers, to the secondary, a pickup of 8.
He's taken down by number 10, Luke Beaudry.
2 carries, 11 yards for number 30. 6 players have carried the ball for Ridgeline. 6 players have carried the ball for Morgan. As we mentioned, there's a little bit of a breeze blowing. I don't think it's really enough to affect the ball game, and we're way up top here. Livingston trying to get himself into the clear. He's out near midfield. He's got a first down.
Taking down number 85, Noah.
A gain of 9.
Taking down on the Ridgeline 49-yard line. First and 10.
9 catches,
Ridgeline.
91 yards, and a touchdown for Livingston. Cook has 3 for 25. Lishman 2 for 25. Jones, Knighton, and Fiafia have all caught a pass.
He lost a black watch with 1 wristband strap. Come up to the press box.
Livingston, Cook to the far side, who's tight end and a halfback look. This side, now he's going to shift. Give it to Fiafia. Fiafia's got a hole. Fiafia puts his head down and picks up 6. Well blocked, and Fiafia knew what the assignment was. And he just got upfield, no dancing, followed his lineman. And if you're an offense, you love to stay ahead of the sticks and see that 6-yard plus gain on a first down. 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line of Morgan. Morgan leads 14-13, just under 7.5 to play in the 3rd period. First possession of the 2nd half for Ridgeline. Going up top. And overthrowing his intended receiver, Cook. He threw it to the middle of the field. He threw it to a spot. Daly got to his spot, set up, and threw to a spot. Cook wasn't there. It was just about intercepted. One of the few times they've taken a shot down the field tonight.
If you lost your earbuds, come up and let us know about it. We'll let you have them back. Again, we got earbuds, a key, and a watch, along with a card holder on a lanyard over in the snack stand. 3rd and 4, Ridgeline Riverhawks.
3rd and 4 for Ridgeline. Four-down territory, I would imagine. They're going to run a little swing out to Fiafia. He's got to make a man miss. He makes one miss. The 3rd one gets him. Pickup of 2. It'll be 4th and short.
Number 31, Mason Williams on the tackle.
Kind of leave him out there by himself, right? He's got a little bit of blocking out there, but it's his job to make the first guy miss, and he did. The defenders got off their blocks and were able to keep him short of that first down. 4th and 2 for Ridgeline. Fiafia's going to spread out wide, and in the backfield is Livingston. Now Livingston's going to swing out. Daly's going to keep it. Good hole up front for Daly. And he picks up 5 and a first down on 4th down. 4 for 4 on 4th down for Ridgeline. And you kind of wonder if this game might not come down to a 4th down play on one side of the ball or the other. Tight ball game. 14-13, 6:04 to play. In this 3rd quarter, Morgan leading Ridgeline. They just took the lead on their first drive of this 2nd half. Daly, plenty of time. Fires over the middle to Livingston. Livingston at the 25, down about the 23. 15 yards and a first down.
By number 10, Luke Bowerly, and number 21, Bo Dickman. Gets enough for another Ridgeline first down. 1st and 10, Ridgeline.
106 yards on 10 catches for Livingston. Again, he is just eating in the seams area, kind of in between the hashes. The way Morgan is covering, trying to keep anybody from getting behind him. So there's that spot right behind the linebackers and in front of those safeties. Daly into that spot again, tipped, and down it goes, and Knighton is walloped. The ball was tipped and hit, and Knighton really took a shot, and the back judge threw a flag. Now that's the kind of play that years ago you never see a flag on it. And these days you do a lot. Let's see if they pick it up. Personal foul. It's that defenseless receiver type call. So the 2nd penalty of the game. It's at the 23. Coach Barlow, is that Coach Barlow? I think wants to know, hey, what's going on? I mean, you can't put your shoulder into somebody up shoulder high. And that's kind of what it was, because Knighton ended up getting knocked off his feet. I think that might have played into it as much as anything. So So yeah, that takes it clear down to the 11.
11-yard line.
So it's half the distance. So Ridgeline can pick up a first down inside the 2. Fiafia's in the backfield with Dowley. 3 receivers to the right, Livingston to the left. Dowley unloads across the middle. Livingston race to the pylon. He's going to win it. Touchdown, Ridgeline with the answer. Livingston now 117 yards on 3 catches. 2 touchdowns for Livingston. I mean, he's got a flashy stat line, but it's only a 5-point ball game. Ridgeline's going to go for 2. Jones in the backfield, everybody shifting, and now Dowley up under center. Livingston in motion, different look on that 2-point play. Fake the pitch, Dowley wide open in the end zone is Knight. You save your special plays for the 2-point plays, and that definitely was one. 21-14. Ridgeline back out front by a touchdown. 5:09 to play in the third on the game of the week. Might get your money for nothing, but touchdowns, they're expensive and hard to come by. Ridgeline just got one there. If you're craving clarity and sharp hearing, visit Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology on North Main in Logan. Dr. Paul Danes is one of only 8 board-certified audiologists in Utah. They deliver expert personalized care at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology because every cheer, every word, and every moment matters. You won't want to miss any of them. And if you're missing out, then go see Dr. Paul Danes at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, and he'll set you right.
Listen here.
We got to install microwave ovens. Custom kitchen delivery. What's the words to that song? Dire Straits, Mark Knopfler. He didn't get back to the end zone. Did Peterson. He actually looked at the official, and the official said, get running. 17, tackle 17. Peterson wasn't sure if they were going to call it a touchback because one of his feet was in the end zone. The official waved his hand like, go ahead and go, and at half a step. I mean, it is a game of inches and a game of milliseconds. Ridgeline back on top as both teams scored on their first drive of the second half. 5:01 to play in the third quarter. 21-14 Ridgeline. Now it's Morgan's turn. Randall looking underneath. Has a receiver. Quick hit. Gain of 5. Belliston.
Tackled by number 4, Jeff Woodland.
120 yards for Randall. 24, 39, 19, and 16. He's had some big hitters.
Pass completed, number 17, Brody Peterson. Braxton Perry.
And that one for 11 to Peterson.
Morgan picks up enough for a first down. First and 10. On their own 27-yard line.
Here's the give. It's like a fly sweep as they gave it to Thurston, but then they just put their foot in the ground and turn it right straight up. They don't keep going. Knighton has to come off as his helmet came off. That play worked well on the last possession for Morgan. Thurston with 24 yards now on 5 carries. Mostly that play. Second and 8. Thurston in motion. He stays back. Randall hit as he throws. This one's out of bounds.
Quarterback under pressure in the backfield. Throws it out of bounds. Third and 8 for the Trojans.
8 for 12 for Randall, and it's third down. Two of 4 on third down. Randall against a 4-man rush. A lot of room to run if he wants. Instead, he hits a crosser, and it's a first down. 12 yards to Hurd.
Jack Hurd with the reception.
2 catches, 51 yards for Hurd. He had that long catch.
Making it up for a Trojan first down, 1st and 10.
Excuse me, it was Peterson that had that long catch. So that's Hurd's first catch. Thurston around the corner again, Knighton. And Jones there to take care of him, a gain of 1.
He gets hit by number 0, Hunter Knighton.
I mean, he took a pounding on that play. I think if you're the Ridgeline defensive backs, you got to remember that 75-yard touchdown throw that got called back to Mortensen, because they've been running it. And they're trying to get you turkey necking in the backfield. Here it comes. Mortensen picked off by Livingston. We're going to get another flag. Now, I don't know if it's going to be offensive or defensive PI, because Mortensen had his hands into Mortensen started the contact. But then there was contact by the DB as well. Mortensen's got a Charlie horse, a cramp. Mortensen initiated that contact. He just ran at the DB, put his hands into him, and started pushing. And then Livingston come over. Hey, I don't know, you call that defensive pass interference. But they do. Oh, goodness. And that wasn't the back judge. That was the judge down the sideline. So another one. Called against Ridgeline. And it takes away an interception. Mortensen looked like he had a cramp. Nothing more than that. But yeah, no sooner did we said, hey, I'd be thinking about that, than they uncorked that play. That's just what they did. That's just what they did last time. They ran it up in the middle a few times and then try to get those defensive backs turkey necking into the backfield and then just run right by you. And that's what Mortensen did. But the defensive back was there. Mortensen ran into him. He initiated contact, and yet the defensive back reached up and grabbed him too. It was almost like they were blocking each other. And they call it against the DB. Look, that's the position I played 100 years ago, so I'm always going to be on the DB side. Especially nowadays, the receivers get away with everything. It's a hard position to play, defensive back, and you have to have zero memory. So Morgan gets the first down off the penalty. And their drive is now in Ridgeline territory at the 42, looking to tie this ball game up. Randall tries to step up, down he goes. 7-yard loss. Second sack of the night. Randall's been under pressure a little bit more on this drive, and he's a tough kid. He stayed in there a couple of times and taken a couple of wallops and delivered the pass just before he got hit. Hurd in motion. And Ridgeline's offsides. So they get the penalty yardage back.
Offsides on the defense. Still second down. Second and 12.
Fourth penalty on Ridgeline, 3 on Morgan. That's not bad. We've seen games where we've been in the teens in penalties in the first game of the season, and that's one team. Randall stays in there, throws it over the head of Hurd. 3rd and 11.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 1, Jack Hurd.
So let's see what Ridgeline does defensively. You pin your ears back on 3rd and long and come after that quarterback and leave your defensive backs on an island. You've gotten a lot of laundry on the field that way. That's what they're doing. Low snap. Randall has to get rid of it. Jones is there. Incomplete. They go scoop it up, and boy, did that receiver take a wallop. Jones hit him and then landed right on top of him. And that's the kind of hit you see bust a collarbone. You hope that's not the case, as Leonelli holding his arm down at his side, walks to the sideline. There was pressure on Randall. He had to get rid of it. And Jones got there just as the ball got there. And Leonelli wasn't able to scoop it in. Even if he had caught it, it wouldn't have gained anything. So watch out for Morgan. They fake punt, and they do it a lot. This time they're going to kick it away. Livingston's going to let it bounce. Oh, great bounce. And they're going to kill it inside the 10-yard line. And the punter does a little dance heading off the field. He loved it. That was Thomas Hicks. Hicks is a kicker for Morgan, and he's been pretty impressive tonight. Now, Ridgeline passed up a field goal attempt at the end of the half. It worked out for them because they scored a touchdown. But they've had a really good kicker the last few years, and makes you wonder if maybe they're working in a new one. Fia in the backfield. Here's that 3-by-1 look again with the three receivers to the near side. Daly in the pistol. 2 minutes to play in a 21-14 game. We're in the third quarter. Give it to Fia. He's caught in the backfield. Defender came off the edge. Nobody touched him, and he just raced into the backfield and swallowed up Fia for a loss. Allen with the 3-yard loss. He's going to pin on Fia. 2nd and 13. You're deep in your own territory, playing against an explosive and dangerous Morgan team. How many chances do you take down here if you're Ridgeline? You got a lot of weapons, if the Riverhawks do, but do you still play it pretty close to the vest? Daly's rolling near side. Looking, first down. And if by close to the vest you mean arm's length away from the vest, that's exactly what they did. From the 7 out to the 24, 17 yards.
Correction, number 22, Owen Leishman. 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Riverhawks.
201 yards now for Daly. And 3 touchdowns. New set of downs for Ridgeline. They lead by a touchdown. Another low snap. Throw it out to the edge. There's blocking out there.
Still gets off the pass.
Jones got the block. Livingston picked up 6.
Graham Livingston. He picked up 6 yards on the play.
Livingston now at 123 yards on 12 carries, so averaging over 10 yards per reception. Last year he averaged 125 yards per game. He's got 123. I don't know if they're going to get a playoff before the end of the third quarter. They are not. That's the end of the third quarter. Ridgeline 21, Morgan 14. We head to the fourth quarter on the game of the week. Hey, for a post-game treat, swing by Wendy's and Logan with value-packed meal deals from the classic Biggie Bag to Sweet Frosties and locations right off North and South Main. You're covered. And don't miss it, Wendy's. Wendy's is right there supporting our high school athletes all season long. That is hometown pride, one meal at a time at Wendy's. Oh, and their breakfast sandwiches, day and night. Are you kidding me? Come on. It's always time for breakfast. I feel the need for more cowbell. I'm not sure how many of us fear the Reaper. Do we fear the Reaper? You do? The older you get, the more we fear him. 17-0 Mountain Crest leads East. That's one of the scores that we've got there. Stansbury leading Skyline 26-17. Provo 17-0 over Green Canyon. Skyview trailing Salem Hills 17-14. That score was at the half. We're trying to get ready to start this second quarter. 40-7 at the half. Logan was leading Hillcrest. So the Grizzlies putting a beat down on the Huskies. 2nd and 4. Livingston hauls it in.
Pass complete. Graham Livingston
Picks up 7. Livingston's getting a lot of work. These Morgan DBs are going to be seeing that number 11 in their nightmares all night long. I think the Ridgeline players are going to be seeing 85 Birkland in their scary dreams all night long. He's been all over the field for Morgan. First and 10 for the Riverhawks. Leading by a touchdown. Here's Dowley going to keep it. Not much room for him, but somehow he turns it into a 5-yard gain. Patient run. It's closer to 4 yards for Dowley. 9 carries, 45 yards, so a 5-yard average for Dowley. Again, they're just kind of picking their spots for number 8, trying to integrate his legs more into the offensive equation. Livingston, your lone receiver to this side. Staying in that 2 safety look, and they're backing the corners up at the snap. Jones, the quick pitch and catch. 18 yards and a first down.
Number 10, Luke Bowerly. That moves the ball into Morgan territory. Ball in the Morgan 41. First and 10, Riverhawks.
2 catches, 24 yards for Jones. Dowley's up to 232 yards on 24 of 27. First and 10 in Morgan territory. Low snap. They throw it out to Livingston on the screen. Boy, what a block by Jones, and they're going to call a hold on Jones. Jones had that defensive back. He was driving him. He had him up under his shell, just like a steering wheel, just like you're supposed to do, and he put him right in the ground, and they're going to call a hold. There was nothing that DB could do to get off. That's a bad call. I won't say that much, because those guys in the stripes, a huge percentage of the time do a great job, but I think that one's a bad call. Now, they have a different look and a different angle than we've got from where we're at up here. And Jones got into him just like you're supposed to. Got up inside, had his hands inside. Dave Caressa's talking to that official right now. He did not, and that official said he had him outside. He did not. He had him up inside. He was driving him just like a car and then put him right in the ground. It's just how you teach it. And again, for that official, it was maybe the angle that he saw it on. Those guys do a really good job, let's say, most of the time, and I just think they missed that one. So it's first and long. Going over the top to Cook, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 15.
Pass intended for Brady Cook.
Second and 15. Second incompletion here in this fourth quarter for only the second incompletion for Dally. A lot of time. Once again, he finds Livingston right in that dead spot. 12 yards will be third and short.
He's tackled by number 27, Jake Hansen.
Livingston up to 142. You know, that's just what Morgan's giving him, right? They're keeping those two safeties deep. They're dropping those backers to a certain spot. Livingston's finding that spot, and it's just pitch and catch from there. Here's the give on third and short. Switching the ball to his outside hand is Fia. He's got the first down on a gain of 4.
Tackled by number 27, Jake Hansen. So picks up enough for Ridgeline.
Another first down for Ridgeline. They're at the Morgan 30. Another time-consuming drive. This started late in the third quarter. We're now under 9 minutes to play here in the ball game. And Ridgeline with 3 more downs. At this part of the field, it's going to be 4 more downs. Fia's in the backfield with Dowd. He acts like he's going to throw, then hauls it in. Still on his feet, down to the 20-yard line. 10 yards and a first down. And I know one of the points of emphasis for the officials this year is supposed to be aiding the runner, and that was dangerously close to it by one of the Ridgeline players. Dally ran right into one of his own players who kind of grabbed him, and they both spun together. That is something in talking to one of the officials that I know said was going to be a point of emphasis this year. He didn't call it there. Nice blocking up front as Fia finds a hole. 8 yards.
He's hit by number 31.
6 carries, 26 yards for Fia as Williams takes him down.
Second and 2 for the Riverhawks.
Jones was on the sideline for that play. He'll come back in. Dally saunters over to the sideline to get the play. Jeremy Livingston, the OC. Second and 2, 7.5 to play in the ball game. Ridgeline 21-14 over defending 3A state champion Morgan. Ridgeline preseason 4A number 1. Clash of the Titans here in Millville. Quick hit. Jones catches it at the 5, fights toward the goal line. And I don't care how big and strong you are, you're not going to carry 4 kids from Morgan into the end zone. Because they're tough kids too. 10 yards for Jones. And it's first and goal. Jones now 3 catches, 34 yards, under 7 minutes to play in the ball game, and Ridgeline looking to give themselves a little breathing room, possibly go up by 2 scores. Danger time for the Morgan Trojans. Livingston in motion. Dally's going to keep it. Touchdown! Great job up front by the offensive line. Dally's 4th touchdown of the night. 3 through the air. That one with his legs. And it gives Ridgeline a little breathing room, and a 2-score lead with 6:40 to play in the ball game. I don't know what they told the offensive lineman at the half. There's another block kick. But there were some holes opened up on these last 2 drives. The Ridgeline offensive line coming out in this second half and doing some work, dispensing justice. 27-14. Ridgeline on top. If you're looking for a fence your property can rely on, Custom Fence offers free estimates and expert installation from chain link to wood to iron, vinyl, even custom kennels. your project your way, a custom fence. We mentioned these sponsors. A lot of them have been with us for a lot of years. Make sure if you visit them, you let them know that you appreciate the support that they give high school sports here in the Valley by sponsoring them on the TheValleyChannel and in many other ways. Well, the kicking game is a work in progress on the PATs for Ridgeline, as they've had 2 blocked. Both of them look like they took a long time to develop, right? Just the timing maybe was a little bit off, so there'll be plenty of things for Coach Cox and his crew to work on this week. Coach Barlow will have plenty himself up in Morgan to work on. If you haven't been to Morgan in a while, you got to go up there, go a little bit past it. There's a great restaurant up a little bit. Taggart's up a little bit further along 84. Randall on the run, has to just get rid of it.
Quarterback is chased out of bounds. Pass is incomplete.
But Morgan is, boy, that valley up there is just really growing. It's crazy. And it's kind of interesting. I know people that live up there. I know some people that are longtime Morganites and others that are, you talk to them about, it's that whole, give and take between all the new people coming in and all the people that have been living there forever and watching it change, just like we've seen here in this valley. Randall has to go down and get that one. Finds Mortensen. Mortensen's got a first down and more. Mortensen with some nifty running. And he picks up 16 and a first down. Eli Mortensen's had a long touchdown called back. He's had a couple other plays that have drawn penalties. He's going to be a problem for teams facing Morgan in 3A. 3 catches, 33 yards. 147 yards on 10 completions for Randall. Now he's in trouble and down he goes. He loses 6.
Initial contact by number 0, Hunter Knight, and Landon Perkins with the tackle.
Perkins and Knighton in their 3rd sack of the night.
2nd and 21 for the Trojans.
2nd and long for the Trojans. 6 minutes to play, and they're down 2 scores. We've seen them move the ball in a hurry, so you can't relax if you're Ridgeline. Here's a quick hitter. Pick up a 5. And see who caught it.
Pass is complete. Number 10, Luke Bowerly. Cooper Clark.
Bowerly.
Tackle brings up 3rd and 11 for Morgan. 3rd down.
3 receivers to this side, 1 to the far side. Ridgeline playing 1 high safety. Down the sideline, Hurd is running free. Walloped out of bounds at the 45, and not until after he picks up 20 yards.
He's knocked out of bounds by Ridgeline's number 4, Jeff Woodland. Braxton Perry.
Now 172 yards for Randall. No one went with number 1.
1st and 10, Trojans into Ridgeline territory on the 45-yard line.
Ball game's not over. Look out. Down goes Randall again. He had nowhere to go. There was no place for him to escape because that rush was coming and they were keeping their lane integrity, where the rushers, they were not just freelancing, and there was nowhere for Randall to go. Loss of 7. Randall now with the 4 sacks he's taken, he's minus 18 yards in the rushing category. He's in trouble again. I mean, there's not much he can do as they are pinning their ears back and coming after him. A loss of 11. Wow. 5 5 sacks on the night, 3 in this fourth quarter. And if you're Ridgeline again, I think maybe you bring at least 5, right? It's 3rd and a lot. 3rd and 30 plus. Randall just gets rid of it in a hurry, and it's incomplete. Randall was under assault there on that drive, and they're going to keep the offense, I think, out on the field. There's 3:57 to play. You're down 2 scores. If Ridgeline gets the ball back, they're going to just try to grind it out and go home. And there's something that's good to see. Leonelli, number 16, is back. He was hit hard and driven into the ground on their last drive. Looked like maybe he had hurt his shoulder, and he's out on the field now for Morgan. 5 wide receivers. 4-man rush, 5. Quick hit, and it's behind. So that's what happens. You start hitting the quarterback enough, and that clock in his head turns into Big Ben. He got rid of it in a hurry, and it was behind his intended receiver. And Ridgeline takes over with 3:52 to play in the ball game. And they're in Morgan territory at the 37-yard line. Morgan took the opening kickoff of this second half, marched right down the field, had a touchdown called back, didn't matter. They marched right down the field and put it in the end zone to take a 14-13 lead. Ridgeline responded. And they've responded with 14 unanswered points. Over the middle to Livingston, and Livingston can't haul it in. And again, you wonder if maybe, just maybe, he had one eye on that safety. And you can't blame him if he did. That safety was Hansen, an All-Stater a year ago. His 2nd and 10. West in the backfield. Fake the give to Livingston, give it to West. He's in the secondary, gallops for a first down and 12 yards. This second half, there's been a lot more holes for the running backs and Dally to run through. I'm sure by this point, Morgan's defense is probably getting a little tired. They've been on the field a long time in this second half. That Ridgeline offensive line came out in this second half, and right from go, went out there and showed why they're one of the best units in 4A. They had kind of an up and down first half. This second half, they've been tough. Give it to West, bounce it outside.
26, Crosby.
Morgan was sending everybody.
With the handoff. Picking up 4 yards.
West picks up 4.
6 for the Riverhawks.
Crosby West, 9 carries, 28 yards. Dowley's your leading rusher, 11 carries, 57 yards. Fia 6 for 26. Perry 1 for 7. Livingston 1 for 9. Jones had 1 for 5. And Livingston with a big night, receiving 142 yards, 14 catches. Under 2.5 to play. Ridgeline taking their time with a 2-score lead. Quick hit over the middle, and there is that safety. That one wasn't Hansen, but Lishman took a wallop.
36 for the Riverhawks.
3rd down and 6. There have been a couple of those tonight. You're just like, oh boy. Call them hospital balls. Livingston, Knighton to this side, 2 receivers to the far side. Cook's one of them, can't see the other. Dowley is going for Livingston in the end zone. Touchdown. They were late rotating the coverage. late rotating the coverage, and Livingston easy does it into the end zone. .24 yards. 278 yards. Here's the kick. This time it's up and it's good. Daly, 278 yards, 4 touchdowns through the air, 1 with his legs. 3 of those touchdowns coming to Livingston. 15 catches for 166 yards, 34-14. Ridgeline on top. 2:16 to play in the game of the week. This game sponsored by KSM Music of Logan, your full-service destination for instrument sales, rentals, repairs, and lessons. Whether you're picking up your first guitar or fine-tuning gear, KSM's expert team is here for everything musical. And guess what? It's not just about gear. They offer music lessons for all ages and private studios. They've got expert instructors at guitar, bass, drums, ukulele, banjo, mandolin, and piano. They'll teach you songwriting, theory, production, all of it. That's all at KSM. He puts that one into the end zone with the wind behind him, feeling his oats a little after getting that PAT through. He hit the first one and then he hit that last one. He had 2 others blocked. But a 5-touchdown night for the Ridgeline offense. And they've held a high-powered Morgan team to 14 points. Neither team has turned the ball over. Morgan, the defending state champs, they're having to reload this year. A lot of new faces. We mentioned it early. They have a tough preseason schedule. I asked Coach Barlow about that, and he said, hey, we love playing teams like Ridgeline. We love playing teams like Provo and like these other teams that are tough. Here's the quick hit to the outside to Thurston.
Pass is complete. Number 4, George Thurston.
He's had a pretty good night. Picks up 10 there, 3 for 45. He's also rushed for 25 yards. As this one starts winding down, let's check on some of the other Valley and region scores. Logan with a 40-point lead over Hillcrest late in that one. Second down for Randall. Unload it in a hurry. His receiver wasn't looking for it. And it bounces off his shoulder, and lucky it wasn't intercepted. Mountain Crest in the 4th quarter leading East 31-0. Mountain Crest might be a problem this year. Cedar City 44-14 over Bear River. In the 4th, late in the 3rd, Provo leads Green Canyon 20-7. Box Elder beat Deseret Peak 64-0. As Randall in trouble again. Now he breaks the pocket. Has some running room if he wants. Instead, he's going to unload downfield to Peterson. Peterson can't come up with it. PI. I said earlier, I'm usually 100% for the DB, but I mean, that time he didn't turn and look, and he just put his head into him and ran into him as the ball got there. I mean, you're going to get that flag all the time. That's a lot of PIs on Ridgeline tonight. 6 penalty for Ridgeline. Not an inordinate amount of penalties tonight. 23-21, Salem Hills leads Skyview late in that ball game. Stansbury winning, Tooele losing. And everybody up for Ridgeline. Are they going to come after Randall? Yep, here they all come. He gets rid of it. I mean, he was getting rid of that almost from one knee. Randall is taking a beating. He stood in there. In this second half, he's taking a beating. He has stood in there and delivered when he has just been getting walloped. He's shown a lot of toughness, but I mean, now you're up by 3 scores, Ridgeline. You can just tee off and come after that quarterback. And they're 6 up again, and they're bringing all 6. Randall throws a screen. I was going to say, you're probably going to see a screen if they're going to keep doing that, but Randall backing up through the screen right into the back of his offensive lineman.
Brings up 3rd down for Morgan.
Leonelli was behind that offensive lineman, and Randall just couldn't wait. He had to get rid of it. He had 2 guys coming untouched. 13 of 23 for 182 yards for Randall. And a touchdown. Another low snap. This one, I think that one got hit as he unloaded. That was 3rd down and 10. He was looking for that little sideline, that sideline out pattern, and I think that got, either his arm got hit or it got hit just as he released it. I mean, they are just pinning their ears back coming after him. I've been watching Hales and Crew Jones, and that has been a heck of a battle to watch. Jones at the top of the line there, at the end of the line on the left side, going against that right tackle. Now it's Hales. Jones dips under him that time, and blitz coming from the other side, and Randall goes down, loses 10 on 4th down and 10. There's just really nothing he can do. They're bringing more than they can block. Minus 39 in the rushing column for Randall. Been sacked 6 times, 4 of them here in this 4th quarter. 23 yards rushing total for Morgan. 182 in the air, 205 total yards for Morgan. Ridgeline, I would imagine they'll just come out in victory formation and take a knee. Well, there's 141, and Morgan's got all their timeouts, so they'll probably just run the ball. And they do. Pickup of a yard for Perry. Be shocked if Ridgeline puts the ball in the air. $147 yards passing in the first half, 131 in the second half for 278 total for Dally and Ridgeline. And Ridgeline's taking their sweet time. They can get this one down under a minute before they have to snap it. And now I think they're going to get in that victory formation.
Takes a man.
133 yards rushing, unofficially. It'll be less if they take another knee. It's at 130 right now. They are going to have to take one more knee. .405 yards of offense for Ridgeline. 127 on the ground, 278 in the air. Morgan had the lead midway through the 3rd quarter. 14-13. And then Ridgeline rattled off 21 unanswered points to win 34-14 in their opener. Next week, we'll be at Logan. Logan coming off a big win over Hillcrest. We'll see Logan and Granger. So join us for that game. But from Millville, we'll say goodnight. 34-14. Ridgeline beats Morgan in the opener of the 25-26 high school football season. We'll see you next time on the Valley Channel.